Now we are discussing about ionization techniques. In that, first one is electron impact. This is simple. This is symbolized the basic principle involved in the mass spectroscopy. This is the ionization chamber. This is ionization chamber, and it is a hard ionization technique. Why? Because here direct heating of sample takes place. Now we are using here using high electron bombardment source, that is 70 electron volt, and this 70 electron volt is directly hitting the sample and convert the molecular ion. That means here we are using the tungsten filament, and its electrode potential difference is 70 electron volt. Now we are passing sample into this ionization chamber. Now we are irradiating the sample with 70 electron volt, and it loses one electron and converted into molecular ion. Generally, already we were discussing, most of the molecule will have 7 to 15 electron volt is enough to convert the molecule into molecular ion, and the further energy, the remaining energy, will use it to convert the molecular ion into fragmentations. These are the fragmentations, and the removed electrons will be collected at the anode. This is the anode. This is known as ion collector. This is known as ion collector, and we get simply bar mass spectroscopy. This is the relative abundance, percentage of relative abundance, and Hemberger value, and this fragment ion moves to the next ionization acceleration chamber and moves to the mass analyzer by based on the molecular weight, and we get the uh, signals like this, and here are the Hemberger values. And this is the intensity of signal. This is here percentage of relative percentage, here Hemberger value give the mass spectroscopy. Simply how to uh, 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 remember. Here heat, this is the tungsten filament. We are producing 70 electron volt, and this tungsten filament directly produces 70 electron volt and hitting the sample, directly hitting takes place. That's why it is a hard ionization technique. Okay. And second ionization technique is chemical ionization technique, and it is a gaseous phase technique. Why? Because we are in this technique we are using some carrier gas in gaseous form. That's why it is a gaseous phase ionization technique. And some molecule, let's see, some molecules like alcohols, ethers, amines, esters, amino acids, and these are highly fragmented in electron impact. Electron impact means electron ionization technique. In electron impact we are using 70 electron volt. That's why these molecules will undergo highly fragmented, and molecular ion peak is not detected by these molecules. To overcome this problem, we are introducing chemical ionization technique. Okay. To overcome this problem, in order to detect the molecular ion peak, we are using chemical ionization technique. In order to get the proper ion peak, we are using chemical ionization technique. In this technique, carrier gas is introduced in ionization chamber at a slightly high pressure compared to electron impact. Then in electron impact we are using 10 to power of minus 6 to 10 to power of minus 5 torr pressure is used in electron impact ionization technique. Now we are in this chemical ionization technique, we are using slightly high pressure, and the carrier gas is introduced slightly high pressure compared to electron impact. And the carrier gases, you were some example for the carrier gases introduced example for these carrier gases: methane, ammonia, etc. And the carrier gas is ionized due to electron impact. In electron impact, tungsten filament is there. It produces 70 electron volt. Due to this, the carrier gas is ionized. That means here we are introducing the methane. We are introducing methane in ionization chamber. Due to this 70 electron volt, it will be converted into, this is the molecule. If we are supposing if it is a molecule, then it will be loses one electron, converted into molecular ion. That means here the molecular ion, and again this molecular ion further fragmented into cation and hydrogen radical, and the produced ions are known as primary ions. First, what we are doing, first the carrier gas is introduced into the ionization chamber due to electron impact. That means we are irradiating 70 electron volt. Due to this, it will be converted into molecular ion, and it will all and undergo fragmentation. It will be converted into CH3 radical, CH3 cation and a hydrogen radical, and these are known as primary ions. And these primary ions will react with excess methane gas. The primary ions will undergo react with excess carrier gas and produces secondary ions. The secondary ions are like this: CH3, CH5 cation, C2H5 cation, C3H, C3H8. This is C3. This is C3H4 cation. How they are formed, I will show here. Just wait. And this molecular ion CH4 molecular ion will react with the excess of methane. Excess of methane will be converted into CH5 plus and CH3 radical. How it will be? See here, CH due to homolytic cleavage, and here H radical, and this H radical and H radical will combine form one bond, that is CH4 already there, and one H, it means nothing but CH5. A positive charge is there, so CH5. Similarly, if we are taking this methyl radical, if we are taking the methyl radical and again it reacts with excess of methane, then what will produce? C2H5 cation and H2. How it will be? Let's see. Here also same. Here CH3 means here CH right, and it undergo homolytic cleavage to form H radical, and here also same way CH4 like this, and it undergo homolytic cleavage to form H radical. This H radical and H radical will combine to form H2, that is nothing but removal of removal of CH2, and just wait. So removal of CH2 takes place, and combining other two form combining to form C2H5. Okay, and also similarly C3H4 also formed like this, and these are known as secondary ions. These are known as secondary ions, and these secondary ions will react with sample in three ways. These secondary ions will react now the secondary ions will react with the sample. Okay, first what we are taking, first we are taking the carrier gas into the ionization chamber, then carrier gas will undergo ionization. That means carrier gas will be converted into molecular ion peak, that is M+1, and this primary to form produce primary ions. The produced primary ions will react with excess of carrier gas to form these ions. These are known as secondary ions. Now the secondary ions will react with the sample in three ways. How they are? See. And the secondary ions are unstable, and the secondary ions will react with the sample in three ways. That is, first one is proton transfer. Generally the proton transfer takes place in amines and alcohols. Here the sample M means here our sample reacts with the secondary ions, that is CH5 plus, and it is unstable, and it gives the nitrogen to here, it converted into M M bond H plus means a M plus 1 ions are M plus 1 ion peak means where M is molecule and it will get a nitrogen to form M and H ion, and this M plus 1 ions is known as quasi molecular ion. Okay, this M plus 1 ions is known as quasi molecular ion. And the second one is hydrate transfer. Generally the hydrate transfer takes place in carboxylic acids, and here the sample will be taken is M, and it will be react with the secondary ions, that is C2H5 plus, and it will be, and it will lose the molecular, this molecule means the sample will lose on one hydrogen, it converted into M minus 1 plus, and it will convert it into C2H6. It is stable. The unstable molecule, unstable secondary ion will be take the nitrogen from sample, and it is converted into stable, and here loss of one hydrogen takes place, that is the M minus 1 plus. And then third one is electrophilic addition reactions. The sample will react with the this CH3 cation, and it will undergo addition reaction, that is molecule plus sample plus methyl radical, methyl cation. Okay, and by using chemical ionization method, we can know the molecular mass information, but not the structural information. Okay, by using only a fragmentation is by using this method we can reduce the fragmentation of molecular ion, so we can know the information about molecular ion peak, but not the structural information of the molecule. Okay, thank you.